point 2, Montero's Disappointment. 25 years later, in August 2010, three brothers ride from their city to Montero after their father gets a job as a principal in a brand new school that just recently opened. So we're moving to a new city and school at the same time. This kind of thing sort of happens only in TV. Says Bruce. Oh, by the way, Aaron, good job on getting that basketball scholarship to play at this school too. Yeah, I know. That coach better not be serious about making me a freaking point guard because that ain't gonna happen, said Aaron. Hey VJ, this place is a lot closer to the university you go to, isn't it? Said Aaron. Meanwhile, Justin listens to music on his earphones as his brothers repeatedly call his name. Aaron taps him. Man, take those earphones off, exclaimed Aaron. You've had them on since we left, but you don't even listen to real music either. Just some electronic beat. Have some real songs, replied Justin. The songs from those animes that you don't watch don't count either. Well, you got me there, replied Justin. Anyways, there was a billboard on the interstate that said something about some Moonlight Festival coming up in a few weeks from now. Are you all interested? There's a way we can get in for free, I'm in, replied Aaron. The three continued to talk and laugh as they arrived to their destination. When they arrived to the city, the family was surprised to see how rural and small the place looked compared to their old home. There were a lot of trees, a few tall buildings, and stores here and there. I don't know about you two, but Montero looks a lot like the country for the most part, said Bruce. Okay, I see this place has a basketball court. Turn up, says Aaron. They arrived to the neighborhood and saw how clean and serene the environment looked. The house wasn't bad either, considering it was a big, had upstairs, nice amount of land, backyard pool. Everyone had their own individual bathrooms and separate rooms. The three brothers meet up with their parents and have them unpack their things from moving the truck. Anyways, Jay, thanks for taking time out of your day to help us move to the new house, that's Justin. Justin was away boxing on the right side. Another picture of his dad in the Marine Corps with a few other guys right next to him. Out of curiosity, the boy then asked his father who the others were. His dad said that one of them is working with the Secret Service, and the others he hasn't seen the two since he left. The family talked for a while, eats dinner, as Aaron and Justin get ready for their first day to school in Montero. Everyone heads to their designated classes. Justin's electives were undecided, but he was considering art appreciation, graphic design, and drawing. Aaron's electives were already planned out and consisted of music appreciation, basketball, and PE. Their schedules were basically like day and night compared to each other. Later on, Justin watched and gave the other lecturers a try, one by one, as they all ended in complete disasters for him. Justin tried the golf club, but he accidentally hit the instructor in the head, and in the result, he was out cold. He also gave the archery team a go, but he shot an arrow in the student's hip by accident. He even was desperate enough to try the football team. However, let's just say the outcome was not pretty. Lastly, Justin tried the chemistry class as a last resort. While the star student Taylor Vigo was explaining the chemicals to use and not to use when making smoke bombs, he was daydreaming, and it ended with him catching the lab on fire. But at least he managed to make a few in the process. Of course, the staff and faculty chewed him out, and the principal eventually called his parents, which means Justin had to await severe punishment when he got home. After the shame and humiliation, Aaron and Justin walked home from school. And why didn't you choose those other electives like drawing or art appreciation? Asked Aaron. You just flat out embarrassed me today. Yeah, drawing's great and all, but I wanted an elective that stands out like you on the basketball team, replied Justin. Besides, the damage was a complete and total mishap. It's not like I purposely wanted to do that. I don't know why, for some reason, you always find a way to make stuff difficult, said Aaron. Do it for the last time. It was an accident, angrily replied Justin. There's nothing I can do about it. When the two arrived home, their parents heard about what happened at school. While Justin was at the house, he heard nothing about the accident at school until his dad arrived from work when it was dinner time. Why are these people talking about you setting the chemistry lab on fire? His dad asked. It wasn't like that, replied Justin honestly. It was a simple accident. I didn't mean for it to turn out that way. The teacher said while the girl was explaining the stuff, you were over there daydreaming. I was paying attention. It just one of those things I just didn't understand. If it was just one thing you didn't understand, why didn't you just ask the girl to repeat what she said instead of making a complete fool of yourself? Dad, I'm seriously sorry. I didn't know. It may have been an accident, son, his dad replied. But you saying I'm sorry won't make up for how much we worried and all the phone calls me and your mother got while we were hard at work. So after you get through eating, go upstairs, take a bath, turn off your lights, and go to bed. And no TV, phone, or computer for the rest of this weekend either. Yes, sir. Good night, replied Justin with deep remorse as he headed upstairs and did exactly what was instructed. Harsh, isn't it? Well, this is the end of the second episode of JSA The World. The next chapter will be titled Saturday's Rise. Feel free to like, share, and comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thank you all for listening.